They call me Jenny. And what I'm about to share isn't just a story. It's a warning. Ready? Let's begin. You won't find this in any archive. Not in redacted files. Not in declassified reports. Because they erased it. Every scrap of evidence burned. Every survivor silenced. I kept my mouth shut for years. I swore I'd die with this story sealed in my chest like shrapnel. But after what's resurfaced lately, I can't stay quiet anymore. Call me Oculus. And listen carefully, because something out there is listening back. August 15, 2017. Inside a remote Ohio lab, a group of scientists caught a 31-second radio transmission from deep space. It wasn't static. It wasn't a pulsar. It was a tone metallic hollow, almost like steel bending under pressure. Then a clicking, knocking, slow, deliberate, like someone trying a locked door. From the other side, when they played it for Dr. Jeremiah, the lead scientist, a man who'd spent 30 years unshaken by cosmic anomalies, he froze 10 seconds in. His skin went pale, hands perfectly still. When the audio ended, he turned and whispered, "You are not to speak of this again. Am I clear?" 2 days later, a black site was established in Death Valley. Not for study, not for contact, for containment. The site had no name, no designation, just a cluster of tents surrounded by high sand walls, buried so deep in the desert it felt like the earth had swallowed it whole. Civilian scientists worked inside. Private security patrolled outside. The military, officially uninvolved. Unofficially, we were listening. Every 6 hours the outpost checked in. Clean, predictable, until the day the line went dead. September 2nd. No calls, no data, not even static, just nothing. 6 hours passed. 12. Still silence. The order came fast. Special operations was being deployed. Mission: locate survivors. If none, recover assets. That's where Hermes' team came in. We were wheels up in less than 24 hours. September 4th, 0500 hours. Concrete walls, steel chairs, stale air. We sat shoulder to shoulder, watching a projector glow like it held the answers to the universe. Captain Big Eye, broad shoulders, buzz cut, a mustache like a knife slash, spoke one sentence. This signal is what triggered everything. He pressed play. That same 31-second recording filled the room. Metal groaning, clicks, then that sonar ping, low, searching like something sweeping the dark for prey. It wasn't just sound. It was looking. Hermes' team. Me, Oculus. Weapons Sergeant. Lucky comms. Sticky leader, no tolerance for mistakes. Avalon Ops. Borat medic, accent thick as oil. Midas team. Engineers fruity and nutty. Bucky comms. Black Eye Ops lead. And their warrant officer. All of us trained. All of us ready. None of us knowing what the hell we were walking into. Big Eye queued a second audio file. It sounded the same at first, metallic resonance, that same deliberate clicking. But then I noticed. Where's the sonar? I asked. The last 5 seconds were missing. Big Eye's gaze swept the room. That second clip wasn't from space. It was recorded a mile beneath California. A seismologist picked it up last year. The silence in that room was heavier than the desert heat. "You're saying the signal came from Earth?" someone asked. Big Eye didn't blink. "We don't know what it is. We only know the researchers at the outpost went dark 2 days after this resurfaced. Satellite images showed no movement, no footprints, no vehicles. The tents looked like graves swallowed by shifting dunes. No one in, no one out. 2 teams. Dropped 1 mile out. Approach from opposite ends. Sweep toward the center. Rules of engagement?" Avalon asked. "Non-combat. Do not fire unless fired upon." I asked the question hanging in the air. "What exactly are we looking for?" Big Eye hesitated. "We believe," something responded. Then he walked out, leaving us staring at each other like we'd just been handed a death sentence in an envelope. Chopper blades screamed overhead. Sand whipped against our armor, stinging like 1,000 tiny knives. We rode in silence, clutching weapons that suddenly felt inadequate. Lucky forced a chuckle. "What, you think some mole man monster's been calling aliens?" We laughed. Forced. "Hello. PMC hit job maybe," Lucky added. Off the books. Avalon snorted. You think mercenaries took down a black site? Dicky cut in. Enough. We don't know what's out there, but we'll face it as a unit, and we'll bring our people home. We echoed him, but in my gut, I already knew. We weren't the hunters. We were the bait. The compound appeared in the distance, a jagged scar carved into the desert. The tents were lifeless. The sand walls pressed close, as if the earth itself was protecting or trapping whatever was inside. No movement, no lights, no sound, except the wind and something deeper, a low steady pressure beneath our boots. We touched down. I told myself it was just a blackout, bad tech, paranoia. Then I stepped onto the sand and felt it. Something old, something hungry. I wish I could tell you the worst was over, but it wasn't. That drop into Death Valley? It wasn't the mission. It was the invitation. And whatever we woke up out there, it's still whispering. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling horror tales. Your support keeps the darkness alive.